So then, the Maguire's Bathurst 12 Hour is back yet again. Let's have a little bit of a talk about this 2025 race, the opener of the Intercontinental GT Challenge. And we'll start off with how this works. So there are some drivers that are entered into the Intercontinental GT Challenge class. That means they'll be scoring for that championship. It's the headline championship on the Stefan Rattel organisation calendar. That's a lot that you see for Assetto Corsa Competizione if you play that game. But the IGTC goes around the world. It's got 5 events for GT3s at 5 different circuits. They are boasting an incredible 74 hours of racing across those 5 races this year. Bathurst 12 Hour will kick that off for the Nürburgring 24, the Spa 24, and then we have the races at Suzuka and Indianapolis rounding out the calendar. But this is one that we can see all kinds of different categories as well. We can see bronzes, silvers, pro-ams and pros all competing in it. So what I will do is I'll talk you through the lineups that we've got for this first event, and then I'll talk you through the other categories that we have racing, because it's not just these GT3s. So starting off with the pro entries, I'm going to go in terms of numbers. The first one I see is the Arise Rating GT Ferrari 296. That has got quite an all-star lineup, especially if you're a fan of racing down under, because the first 2 drivers are Chaz Mostert and Will Brown, Supercars royalty at the moment, with the third driver being Daniel Serra, who won the GTD class in the Daytona 24 last year, I believe. Then after that, the next pro entry we have is WRT, the 46. Oh no, it's not. It's the 32 first. The 32 has Augusto Farfus, who we saw get into a little bit of trouble last weekend at Daytona. He's got the Van der Lindes alongside. Then we have the 46. Valentino Rossi, Charles Wurz, who won the IGTC last year, and Raffaele Marciello. Marciello was in the GTP in Daytona. Now he's back to some familiar territory with some GT3 racing. After that, we have the 75 Express, the first number for the Mercedes-AMG GT3 Evo. That has Kenny Habel, Jules Gounon, and Lucas Stoltz. A nice all from different nationalities, aren't they? But all-star lineup. Habel, American, Jules Gounon for Andorra, Lucas Stoltz for Germany. And then we have the Team Croft Bamboo Racing with Maximilian Goertz, Lucas Auer, and Jaden Ojeda. And again, German, Austrian, Australian. We also have the other entries for Scott Taylor Motorsport, the 222, Cam Waters, Craig Lowndes, and Thomas Randall, an all Aussie lineup there. The 888, Team GMR, Maro Engel, Maxime Martin, and Mikhail Grenier as well. That is quite a nicely balanced lineup. And then the last one, the only Porsche in the Pro Entry 5 GTC here, Absolute Racing, Alessio Picciarello, Ayhan Changurvan, who performed really well last time out of Daytona, and likewise the third one, Matt Campbell. That is a proper intercontinental team there. Then let's go through the rest of the list, and thanks to Daily Sports Car for these articles. I'll link them and the entry list in the description down below. In silver, we're going to have Valente Rosso with a Gulf liveried Aston Martin, the number 14. I believe all of their drivers are making a Bathurst 12 Hour debut as well. Then, in addition to that, the other drivers that we've got the number 47 Mercedes AMG for Super Barntegani with James and Theo Kundouris, and then also David Russell and Luke Yolden. Again, we've got some drivers with supercar experience. Got the Wall Racing with the 93 BASF inspired Lamborghini, and then we have let's go into the next part of it as well with the Pro-Ams. We have the number 36 Arise Ferrari, which has a blend of GT World Challenge Australia drivers. It also has Brad Schumacher as one of the drivers, alongside Alessio Rivera as the Ferrari designate, in the same way that people like Serra pop up. Then we also have the number 44 Audi, I believe, which, well, it's quite uncommon to see some Audis here. But this one's going to have another kind of international grouping, some GT World Challenge Australia people in Sergio Perez and Marcel Zalula, and then Scott Andrews. And then you have the Manthe EMA number 91, the Ben sponsored Porsche. That's got Yasser Shahin and Maurice Schung. It's got Lauren Heinrich and also Sam Shahin. It's quite a nice lineup there. And in bronze, the number 4 Grove Racing. That's a Mercedes AMG GT3. We have the number 9 Hallmark Racing Audi. And apparently, according to Daily Sports Car, it's got the streak continue for most entries and longest retained combination. Marcassini doing the 14th entry and 11th in a row for the team. He's joined by Dean Fiore and then Lee Holdsworth, who won the Bathurst 1000 Supercars in 2022. We have a Heart of Racing by SPS Mercedes. Ian James is there, so is Ross Gunn as well. Zachary Robertson is doing a debut in the Bathurst 12. And I believe that's it for GT3. And I say that's it for GT3 because we have 2 other classes to look at. First up, GT4. We end up seeing the likes of Adam Christodoulou here in the number 19 lineup. It's a Mercedes AMG GT4. There are also going to be some McLaren Arturas. Haven't really seen so many of them making tip-top appearances, but it'll be great to see some of them on the, well, going up the mountain. 570S is the most recent example we tend to see in sim racing, so it's great to see the Arturas having some kind of prominence here. Ryan Sorensen is probably one of the standout names from the Method Motorsport entry. We will then also see, quite a good battle in the GT4 class as a result. And then to wrap this up, we have the Invitational category. Now, Invitational has in the past had some pretty wild entries. Mark Cars used to make a lot of them, but this year we only have one, and it's a GT2. It's a KTM Crossbow GT2. It's a number 50 Vantage Team entry. David Crampton, Trent Harrison and Glenn Wood will be running in that. It is a 4th appearance for the Crossbow GT2 in the Bathurst 12 hours, and the Invitational class itself is, well, by definition, Invitational. They can win pretty much by default just by making it to the end, so let's see how they do. In terms of watching the race itself, I'm recording this, I think, as practice is going to be getting underway, but you can watch it all on the GT World YouTube channel. I will link that in the description. In fact, I'll send the link for the race stream itself. In the UK, it will be starting at 6 PM on Saturday, local time, for me. But obviously it's 11 hours difference between the UK and Australia. So it's going to be a bright and early start down under. You see the start in the dark and finish towards the end of the day. It's a really, really beautiful sight to see, especially over the top of the mountain when you look down from Skyline and the S's. But do let me know your thoughts and predictions in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching as always, and I hope to see you again soon for more. Bye for now.